Hey guys, I have another editorial for you this morning, and this one involves a police officer. What did he do? Let's find out. Thank you to Fox 13 Memphis for this story. A Memphis Police Department officer was relieved of duty pending the outcome of a rape investigation. Al Bond is charged with rape after police said a woman told them she was sexually assaulted by the 28-year-old at a party. According to Memphis police, on November 1st at approximately 2:50 a.m., a walk-in complaint was received at Austin PEAY station concerning a sexual assault that occurred in the 1800 block of Jackson Avenue. The victim, 24-year-old woman, advised that she was at a party when she was sexually assaulted by the male 28-year-old Al Bond. After a thorough investigation by the Memphis Police Department Sex Crimes Bureau and a review by the Shelby County District Attorney General's Office Special Victims Unit, a warrant was issued for Bond for rape. On November 2nd, Bond was arrested and booked into the Shelby County Jail. I wonder if Bond posted bond. Bond was relieved of duty pending the outcome of this investigation. Bond has been employed by the Memphis Police Department since August of 2017. He could be like, what's your name? Bond. Al Bond. Officer Bond's attorney, Blake Ballin, told Fox 13 any sexual contact between Bond and the victim at the party was consensual. Yeah, sure it was. I like his lawyer, Ballin. So you got Bond and Ballin. What the You can't make this up. Ballin said he doesn't know what her motive is, but these false accusations could ruin Bond's life. Ballin said, quote, the can of worms that are opened by these accusations can never be fully closed again. Ballin said his client Al Bond is an acquaintance of the accuser. He said the off-duty officer invited the 24-year-old to a Halloween party through social media. Attorney Ballin claimed she didn't show up to the house off Jackson Avenue until 2 a.m. He went on to say multiple other attendees saw the two of them walking in a flirtatious way, walking through the house holding hands. Ballin said witnesses saw the pair walk to a bedroom, then leave the room near the end of the night. He said any sexual activity that happened was consensual. She didn't appear to be in distress. She appeared to be someone who was just engaged in a sexual encounter with another adult, Ballin said. Ballin said his client is innocent and he will clear his name. He said, quote, I don't know what story she's told them, what she's hiding, or what her motive might be, but I do know Mr. Bond didn't break any laws and certainly didn't sexually assault anyone. As this case winds through the system, victims advocates remind people coming forward is the first step for any person who believes they've been victimized. Deborah Clubb with the Memphis Area Women's Council said it's hard for women to follow through because victims feel a lot of shame, and sometimes it's even more difficult if a victim is filing a complaint against a person who has power, like a police officer. Deborah Clubb said, quote, you think it would be easier than it is to simply have people understand that consent is yes, consent is not the absence of no. Clubb said 1 in 5 women are victims of rape in their lifetime, which is startling statistic from the CDC. Fox 13 talked to Deborah Clubb about the arrest of Al Bond, an officer accused of raping a 24-year-old woman at a party. Deborah Clubb said, quote, anyone who has authority over you, whether it's a police officer, a boss, or an older family member, people get away with this all the time. She said one positive is that Memphis police are sharing this information with the public. Clubb said that says to us in the community that someone brought charges that were looked at, that she was listened to, and they are taking the steps that they should be taking. She will continue to monitor this case and she hopes justice is served. She said, quote, we tend to historically ask ourselves, where was she? What time of night was it? Was she drinking? All these questions about her instead of asking, who did this? And so I get what Deborah Clubb is saying. I get what Attorney Ballin is saying. I get both sides, but he may be innocent, you see. Now, if he's not, he deserves life. I don't care anybody who rapes a woman. It's not about sex. It's about power. And he deserves to be in jail for life. But if he didn't do it, this woman, and we know that that's happened before. In fact, when I was in the Army, a guy who was my barracks roommate, he got moved because, they move you around from platoon to platoon. He got moved to another platoon. And anyway, short story, he was rooming with another guy. And one night I hear noise in the hallway. I open the door, and the MPs are arresting these two guys for a rape accusation. This girl came out yelling that she just got raped, and these guys were saying, we were passed out on the couch. How would we rape her if we were passed out? Because they'd all been drinking and listening to music. And as they did their investigation, it turned out she had 3 other rapes in her life within the last 3 or 4 years. But nobody had ever been convicted, and they thought, how does she keep getting raped but nobody gets convicted? And as they had her talk to a psychiatrist, for a expert testimony, it turned out these guys didn't rape her. She had this thing where she would get guys drunk and then come out and yell rape so that people would hug her and, oh God, are you okay? Help me. I don't know if that makes sense, but she was like that, where she needed the attention. She wanted people to pet her and go, are you okay? Oh my God, how terrible of an accident, or an incident. But she was never raped. You see, she would cry she was raped, and she did it like 3 or 4 times. Finally, they charged her with filing a false report, and they were let go. They said, these guys didn't do it. My point is, that could be the case here. And we need to be careful with this, because it could come out that this is a woman that's just looking for attention. She's trying to nail this guy. Maybe, I don't know, said they were friends, right? They were acquaintances. But on the other side of that same coin, she may be a true rape victim, sexual battery. She may be a victim. And if so, this guy needs to go away for life. I hope I've made that about as clear as mud. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers, to include charged Memphis police officers from coast to coast.